All right, we're joining our first match in progress. We didn't hit the go live button, so we've got a 2-9 from Tyler over there. So we've got the top 8 in the U15. Bowling best out of 3 matches. Number 1 bowls 8, 2, 7, 3, 6, and 4 and 5. The hot match is over on our side cam right now. We've got number 1 seed Brady bowling number 8 seed Sharice Graham. And Sharice showing up in this final, leaving 2 spares. Everything else is perfect. All right, so Brady finishes 232. And Brady with a couple splits. That might cost him this one. And that's Luke Hinkey over there on 40. Bowling Tyler Galbraith. So Sharice getting it outside a little bit, getting 7. And Luke in his 9th frame, crossing over with a 1-3-9. Dylan Adams, 43. And Sharice picked up her spare. All right, so Sharice can strike to win. 9 will tie. Oh, strike to win by 1. 232 to 233. Number 1 bowl, number 8. So first match goes to Sharice. All right, so Noah, 44. So 310. All right, so Noah picks up his spare after 3 in a row in his 9th frame. So he's going to win his match against Dylan. All right, Gage with a 210. So we've seen on this pattern, you get inside a little bit, and it's going to go through the nose. All right, so Noah trying to pick this up. Gets the 610, so he's going to finish 184, but he's going to take the match against Dylan, match number 1, and best 2 out of 3 to advance. And winner moves on, loser goes home. All right, and so Luke's ball just didn't hook there. And Keegan Balls did. And so that's a strike for him. And Luke, doesn't get the 7. Shreese shooting her 7-pin. First frame of game number 2. And Keegan needed some hold, didn't get it. Ends up with a 3-6, 9, 10. All right. Brady getting his first shot, game number 2. He's down by 1. Dylan getting his, Keegan getting his. All right, so first match go to Noah, and Keegan won their first game. All right, and it was Luke over Tyler. So 1 game down. Gage a little outside. Brady gets it. Sliding it over, taking it out. All right, so Gage picking up the spare, frame number 2. Noah getting the 5-pin, making it sorry it ever showed up. Gage leaving a 6. And there's Luke on 40. In the straight shot. And 2-5-7. All right, so Sharice spared her second frame. And she's up in the 3rd on 38. And doesn't carry the 10-pin. Luke wraps the 7. Keegan on 42. High flush. Carries the 210. And Dylan getting him to go in the second frame. So he's open strike against Noah. All right, Noah going long with a 1-2-4. And there's Tyler, high flush, gets the 10 out, just the 4-7. All right, Gage sending 10 back, striking the 4th. Puts him at 46 on a strike in the 4th. All right, so Brady working on a spare. All right, getting some carry. First strike in the match for, nope, second strike in the match for either of them. right, so Gage leaving a 4-7. See Luke's ball over on the left. That's through the nose. The 6-pin wobbles and doesn't go. All right, and Sharice struck on 37. That's her first strike. Gage picks up his spare. Luke picks up his spare. All right, Noah gets his spare. So Sharice, her 5th frame. Goes in high, leaves a 3-6. Luke goes long. Gets 3 off the right. All right, Sharice picking it up. Luke's ball over there on the right leaves the 5-pin. Keegan shooting at the 1-2-10. Gets it. Yeah, slide that 1 over, get the 10 out. Good shot. All right, Keegan can't capitalize on it, can't roll the 4. All right, so Brady 6th frame on a double. He's down in the match. That ball checks up for 3 in a row. So this game must win for Brady to stay alive. A little sportsmanship there. All right, so you'll see Tyler on the left on 40. That checks up, goes high, just a 3-pin. Keegan, a little inside, he knew it, off the hand. So he's 115 through 6. And Sharice with a strike in her 6th frame. So she's keeping the pressure on Brady. So she wins and she'll advance. Otherwise, they go to the sudden death game. And Gage, 42. Light mixer gets him out. And Sharice's shot there. Little light, leaves a 10-pin. Noah on 43, light gets the late fall on the 8-10, leaving just the 2-pin. Almost disaster, but disaster averted. It's Gage. It's the light mixer. Sharice shooting the 10-pin. Sends it a little wide. Doesn't convert. And there's Luke on 39, 2-4-5. Gets it. Noah. A little inside. So he's at 84 after 5. Still has a lead against Dylan. Keegan with the washout after an open. All right, Brady carried, I think he carried the 7-9 late for 4 in a row in his 7th frame. You'll see Keegan shooting at the washout. Luke makes his spare. Keegan does not convert the washout, so 122 after 7. Brady with the inside line. Nails it 5 in a row after 8. Pack of Franks. So Keegan on 41. Trying to bounce back after a couple of opens. Does. Nails it. Tyler on 39 nails it. So Noah on 44 gets it out to the friction, but not enough. He just fed a pin between the 2 and the 8 and didn't knock down either of them. So I don't understand that. All right, so Tyler leaves a 4-7. All right, Noah picks up the 1-2-8. See Sharice's shot here and leaves the 6-10. Gage leaves a 7-pin. All right, Tyler, confident, making that spare. All right, and Sharice converts her 6-10 in the 9th, but Brady's on 5 in a row. So there's Luke's ball on 39, finding a home in the pocket. And Brady strikes in the 9th for 6 in a row. And Noah gets the 10. Keegan wants some hold, gets it. So strike in the 9th. Trying to catch up to Gage. And Brady shot. And can't see. Oh, all right. Thought he left a 10-pin. But that's another strike. So that'll do it in that game. So it'll come down to final match. Keegan on 41. Wanted some hold. Did not get the requested hold this time. We're going to see Luke shoot this 210, but does not convert. All right, so Dylan in the lead against Noah. Keegan picking up the spare. So he's getting a fill shot. He can get 180 here. All right, we'll watch Brady finish up his fill shot. And he's going to finish 268. All right, so that's going to shut out Sharice. Shut out just about anybody. Holy cow, 268. Okay, so Tyler, lane 40. He's on a strike. Has a lead against Luke. Can't roll the 3-pin out. All right, so Noah's up in the 9th. And he's pretty much going to need to go off the sheet or get some help from Dylan. And there's a start. All right, Dylan on it, and that should wrap that match up. Luke over on 40. See just on the left side of the screen there. Going for a double. So he can go 184 off the sheet. So still a chance. Tyler will need to help him out a little bit. We'll see him here. Crossing over, gets it, and that's not going to help Luke out, and that'll pretty much settle that match. All right, Dylan sparing it up. Tyler crossing over for 3 in a row, so that'll be that game. All right, so looks like Keegan will advance. And Tyler finding the pocket, but leaving a 2-8-10. Noah on 44. Finding some success. So he can strike out for 231. And will not. So that will be or he could have struck out for 201. That was, he's in the 10th right now. So Dylan and Noah will split a match. Keegan will advance. Tyler and Luke split a match. Brady, Charisse split a match. All right, so Brady starting sudden death match here and picks up right where he left off. The strike in the first. All right, so Dylan starting third game, and Brady left a 3-6-10 on his second frame. And, ooh, Dylan left something worse, 1-2-8-10. I don't know if Dylan has a backup ball in his game. If he does, we'll see it here. And he does. And he makes it. That's how you want to do it. If you got it, you got to use it. And that's how you do it. All right, and Charisse starting her second game with a 3-10. Tyler shooting at a 2-8-10 on a fill shot. So he goes 206. And best Luke can do is 184. And Charisse picked up her 310 over on 38. So she is spare after 2. And Luke spares the 10th. Puts him at 150, strike for 160, but in this game already decided as Noah leaves the big 4. And Charisse just picked up the 1, 2, 8, 10, I believe. So she's 6 spare after 3. So Noah shooting at the big 4. He's got the speed to make it. Can't quite bounce it out, though. So Brady here in the 3rd, deciding game. That's high and gets the 7 off, but leaves a 3, 6, 10. And same as the last frame, I believe. Right. Dylan with a strike on 44 for his 2nd frame. And Luke 3 10s to start his 3rd game. All right. Brady picks up 3, 6, 10. And we'll go back to Luke. Shooting at the 310. And, just a little outside. All right, so Dylan in the pocket, 3rd frame. That's a double. And Brady struck in the 4th. So he's strike, spare strike. Noah on 44. He's on a couple of opens in his 3rd frame. Greek, Church, big 4, Greek Church. Ouch. Charisse goes long, the 1, 2, 4. See if Noah can pick up the 2nd Greek Church ever made. Threads it through the 4-7. Doesn't knock him down. All right, so going for the count. And he's 25 in the 3rd. And Tyler starting off with a double in his match against Luke. All right, so Noah, 43, so looking for a mark. Didn't like it, but goes high flush and strikes in the 4th. All right, let's see Luke over here on 39. Going for the frozen rope. Trips the 4 off the 9. And disaster averted. And Charisse picks up her 5-pin to stay clean after 5. So Luke picks up the 9. And Brady on a strike in the 5th. Looks like a ball change. Oof, 3-pin. Dylan light, 210. And Tyler will be on the left on 40, goes high. And Brady picks up his 3-pin to spare in the 5th. And Brady 210s over on 37. Tyler on 39. All right, so Brady opens in the 6. That puts him at 104. Noah on 43. Goes high, leaves the 6 pin. Charisse on 38. Might be a ball change. Goes long for a 2-5. Noah at the 6 pin gets it. No deadwood this time. All right, Charisse staying clean, picking up the spare. Dylan wrapping the 6 around the 10. And Charisse with, her first strike in the game in the 7th frame. So that gives her 4 pins over Brady. And Brady answers with a strike in the 7th to keep the lead to 4. And Luke going for it, doesn't get it. All right, so Dylan picking up his spare. So these are all sudden death matches, must wins for each of them. And Brady left a 10 pin on 37. All right, Noah strike in the 7th. His match against Dylan. And Brady missed his 10 pin. That puts him at 132 after 8. All right, Noah with a 6-10. So Charisse crossing over for a double in the 8th. And so Luke over there on 40 goes high, 7 ends. Dylan goes long on 44. And Charisse 3 in a row. All right, Brady 3-6-10s. And so that will do it. So Charisse will advance in that match. So Keegan and Charisse. Other matches are still up in the air. There we go. Brady with a strike in the 10th. All right, so Noah shooting at the 1-2-8. And leaves the 8 pin. All right, Tyler with the strike. All right, so Noah can strike out for 170. Dylan's already at 161. So Dylan will advance. So it's going to be up to Tyler and Luke. All right, Brady strikes out for 182. So Charisse, her first shot in the 10th. She 4-7-8. I think she needs 1. Got 2 for 193. 11 pins. Good matches. 1 pin win, 11 pin win. Great series from both of them. All right. Tyler picking up the spare in the 9th. And so he's stretching out his lead over Luke, and it is what we call uncatch-upable. All right, so Tyler will advance. Keegan, Charisse, Dylan will advance. All right, and so we'll try and get some news from the other divisions and get some results, and we'll be back. All right, so as we're between games here, I'll read you the brackets here. So for U12, we had Trevor as number 1, Trey number 2, Jania's number 3, Trotter's number 4, Riley 5, and that was it. So Trevor advances to the semifinals over Briley, and Trey over Jania. So they will bowl for the championship match. In the U15 combined, we had Brady as the number 1 seed. Number 2's Tyler. Number 3, Dylan. 4, Keegan. 5, Gage. 6, Noah. 7, Luke. And 8, Charisse. So as we saw, Charisse advanced over Brady. Keegan over Gage. And Dylan over Noah. Tyler over Luke. So it'll be Charisse versus Keegan and Dylan versus Tyler. In U18 girls, number 1 seed is JL Hammond. Number 2 is Jay Lynn. Number 3 is Haley Spencer. 4, Stacia Guerrero. 5, Katharina Mente. 6, Alyssa Ballard. 7, Katie Hetty. And Michaela was number 8. And so JL advanced over Michaela, and Stacia advanced over Kat. And the other 2 matches have yet to be decided. U18 boys, number 1 seed, Garrett Andrus. And number 2, Nolan. Number 3, Bryson Hill. Number 4, Landon Jones. Number 5's Aaron. Number 6, Matthew. Number 7, Eric Jones. Number 8, Justin Haas, I believe. And Garrett advanced over Justin, Landon over Aaron, Bryson over Matthew, Nolan over Eric. So we'll have Garrett versus Landon and Bryson versus Nolan. And when we get all the quarterfinals done, we'll advance to the semifinals. So we still have a couple matches going on. And when we finish those, we'll be back. We'll take a little break. In the meantime, be sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell, like the video, and we'll be right back. All right, so we're back with the semifinals for most of the divisions. The U12 is bowling the finals, which we see right now, with Trey against Trevor. Trevor's 8 years old in the 12 division, and he's got a strike his first frame. There you see him sending it out to the friction, getting it back, 2 in a row. So we've got our U15 over here, semifinals. We saw the quarterfinals right before this. So we've got Tyler making a one, getting it. Get the 139. So it'll be Tyler versus Dylan and Charisse versus Keegan. And Trevor getting the 2-8. Tyler crossing over, rolling it out. Getting him to go his match against Dylan. And Trey getting him to go. All right. So Dylan on 46, light hit. Looks like an 8-10. Unlucky. See if he bounces this out. Doesn't. Trey comes in light, rolls everything but the head pin to get 9 in his fourth frame. All right, Trey getting the side of it. Sparing up frame number 4. All right, Dylan picking it up. And that's JL Hammond and U18 girls over on 40 and 39. It's Stacia Guerrero. And Trevor crossing over. Getting him to go. All right, Trey leaving a 10 pin. Is he going to roll it? Oh, and he gets it. Oh, and he gets it. Getting the carry. Rolling it, rolling it, rolling it, getting it. He's got it. All right, we're going to take a second. I'm going to adjust this camera because we don't have anyone on 43, 44. And we can focus in on the U12 final match. All right, Tyler picking up the spare. See, strike, strike, spare. Trey shooting at the 136, gets it. And Dylan on 46. And Trey goes through the nose, leaving a 6-10. All right, Trey picking up the spare. Dylan coming in high with the 3-6-10. All right, Tyler on 46. It's a 3-pin. And you can see JL over there on 40. And Trevor trying to spare up. Can't quite get it, so it'll be open. And his 6 puts him at 107 after 6. And Tyler getting just enough of it. And there's JL and her semifinal match in U18 girls. Or open girls, I guess. So Trevor getting the spare. It's the name of the game. All right, Tyler with a 3-10. Yeah, sure did. All right, so Trey staying in it, making spares. Comes in high, another 6-10. So again, this is the championship match for U12. Trey and Trevor on 41, 42. All right, Trey 42 out to the friction, but not enough. And a 1-8-9. Dylan with the 4-6-7. And gets the field goal. So that puts him at 92 after 6. And Tyler's 113. All right, Trevor 41. And a little light, leaves a 10-pin. All right, needs to hang on, and it does. Kicking out the 10-pin. All right, so making spares. We got Tyler. Tyler is on a strike. Needs some mechanical help. All right, Tyler's getting it. So that's 2 in a row. In a tight match against Dylan. Trevor picked it up. All right, Trey finding a home in the pocket. All right, looked like a ball change. So he's starting his 10th frame, needs to keep putting those up on the board. He's going to catch Trevor. That's going to go long. 1, 2, 4. So again, this is best of 3 matches. So Trey needs this to have a chance. Gets it. So he can finish with 156. Trevor's already at 154. So Trey needs a strike and Trevor to get 1 in 2 shots. And that seems unlikely. And that one's too far outside, and it's not going to recover. Puts him at 163. And Trevor's at 154. And some count here will do it, and that's enough. All right, so we'll go over, revisit Tyler, who's on a good one. And good enough that he will take this first game. And Keegan sparing up his 3rd frame there. So he is strike, strike, spare. All right, we got Trevor with some pin action there. Leaving the stone 9. Nope, tapping it out. There you go. All right, we're back on the high side. All right, so Tyler Dillon's decided their first match. And Charisse opens 2nd and 3rd frame after a strike. All right, Charisse leaving a 6-10 or a 3-10 in her 4th frame. And Dylan finishing up. Oh, Charisse getting it the hard way. Trey coming in light. 1-2 10s. And Dylan put a strike up after 2 splits, so he's puts up a strike in the 3rd frame. All right, so Charisse was 9 spare in the 7th. And she's going to need to fill these frames with X's. And that one does not. So I was just trying to put some pressure on Keegan. Dylan hoping that 6-pin doesn't fall, and it does not. All right, Trevor getting some good carry with a 4-pin. All right, Dylan sparing it up. So he spares frame number 4. He's down 1 match in the semifinals against Tyler. And Keegan on 48 goes wide. And that's a 1, 2, 4, 7, 8, maybe? It's a bunch. And on a double, so he's going to lose some count. Trevor needs some friction. All right, we're going to see that again. That's an OG slow wheel out there. Maybe not entirely intentional. Got it out there. Into the pocket. All right, Trey, a little high, 6'10". All right, so Keegan spared up whatever he left over there in the 8th. So that's going to help him out. Didn't seem to like that, but was enough to trip the 9 out. So that will more than likely do it against Charisse in game number 1. So they'll go to a 2nd game to decide who will advance to the finals. All right, Tyler getting a 10, leaving a 6. Trey leaving a 10-pin. And needs to go. It does. All right. Sparing it up. Yeah, Trevor dancing it out. Okay, so Dylan on 46. Crossing over, leaving a 6-pin. And Trevor with the double, putting the heat on. right, Trevor, 128.10. Right there. All right, Trevor wrapping the 10. All right, doesn't get the 3. All right, so Charisse and Keegan starting their second match. All right, so Keegan and Charisse. Keegan took it 186 to 180. So close match. Charisse has all the close matches today, so she's got to win this next one to stay alive, take it to a deciding third game. All right, so Trey kind of needs this. To stay alive. It's got to read, and it gets it. All right. So the heat is on. So he's at 138 already. He could strike out and shut out Trevor. All right, Charisse picking up her spare. Trey needs it. 1, 2, 4, 8 on a spare, so loses some count. All right, so now Trevor can shut out Trey. The tables have turned. But he needs to spare this. And does not. All right, so Trevor needs 6 and 2, gets 10 and 1. That will do it for U12. Trevor will take it home. That's how you want to do it. Strike out or strike when you need it. All right, so we'll go back to U15. And Keegan with 3 in a row, game number 2. All right, so Dylan can put some pressure on. He does, a big way. All right, so Dylan with a 9, second shot in the 10th. And picks it up. All right, so he's 192. All right, Tyler, 9. So he needs this spare and a strike to win. Spare 9 will tie. And Charisse shooting at something I couldn't see over there, but it's a miss. 4th frame. And Tyler knows he got it. Okay, so here we go. Strike wins, 9 ties, 8's a loser. So strike here, and he sends Dylan home. Doesn't like it. Doesn't like it. 7. All right, so on to game number 3. Gets it outside, doesn't come back. 192 to 190. All right, so one more game. Dylan and Tyler. All right, Keegan didn't like it. Good reason. Looks like a 4, 6, 7. All right. All right, so Keegan trying to knock it over with a wind vortex. Doesn't do so. So that isn't open. All right, 2-8 for Keegan. Tyler trying to pick up 4. Doesn't like it. Leaves a 4, so first frame open. All right, so Keegan picking up the 2-8. That puts him at 113 after 6. And Tyler getting it outside. And Charisse with the Greek church. And that's going to hurt her chances to come back. So Keegan had the front 3. Spare, split, spare. Charisse has a couple splits in this game. Tyler can't convert. Charisse going for the count. Can't get the 4. All right. Dylan, strike second frame. All right, Shreese finding the home, putting 10 in the pit. So strike in the seventh for her. Trying to put a little bit of pressure on Keegan. All right, and he strikes in his seventh frame. And Dylan leaves a 4-7. All right, Dylan a little inside. All right, Shreese 2-4-10. That's her third split. And Tyler crossing over for a strike in the fourth. All right, Dylan leaving a 6-pin. All right, Shreese crossing over, leaving a 5-pin. Dylan picking up his spare. All right, Dylan going through the nose, getting the messenger to take out the 10, but leaves the 3-6. All right, Keegan leaving a 3-6 in his ninth frame, but it is already decided, so Keegan's going to advance. It's going to be who is he going to play? It's going to be Dylan or Tyler. And Tyler's not going to roll the head pin. All right, Tyler picking up a spare. Tyler on 45. So he strikes in his 6th frame. All right, Dylan getting it in his 6th frame and puts him at 102 on a strike in the 6th. So he's got a 25 pin lead. All right, doubles. All right, so Tyler's got to step up, match it to stay in it. Got 4 frames. Close it up. All right, Tyler picks up 1. Yeah, 1. So he's at 103. So he's losing distance to Dylan, and time is running out. All right, so Tyler keeping hope alive, striking the 8th. Dylan can put the hurt on. He does. Oh, no, there's a 7 pin. Didn't see it. All right, so still a glimmer of hope for Tyler, but he's going to need some help from Dylan on this one. All right, he makes it. All right, Dylan gets it outside. 1, 2, 4. So Tyler can strike out for 193. Dylan can make this, strike out for 208. All right, made it. That's big. All right, Tyler needs this. And he's not getting it. So 3 pin. So he spares that. So he can strike out for 173. Dylan's already at 168. So if Tyler strikes out, and all right, gets the 9-pin, and Dylan would need 3 and 2 shots. I think he can manage that. All right, so as this match wraps up, we're going to take a break. We'll sort out where the finals are going to be. Like the open girls division are still deciding how it's going to go. And we might move some cameras around. And a reminder, if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button, notification bell, and you'll know whenever we go live. And we'll be right back. All right, so here we are, final match. Got U15 on 41 and 42 on the left pair, Keegan Alexander and Dylan Adams. So I have it on good authority that they last met in match play at Junior Gold in 2018. Keegan came out on top there to make the TV show. So this is best 2 out of 3 games, not total pinfall, 2 out of 3 games. And that's U15. Girls Open on the right pair with Haley Spencer and JL Hammond. JL previously on developmental junior team USA. And they as well will be bowling 2 out of 3, best 2 out of 3. And on the high side, got Garrett Andrus, the current U15 Pepsi champion. He's moved up into U18 now. He bowled a 300 en route to that championship. And Bryson Hill, who recently put up a 300 himself a couple weeks ago. So, and they're also bowling best 2 out of 3 games. All right, so practice is over. These pairs have been bowled on. They were re-oiled after qualifying. There's been a couple matches since then. Dylan pulled it inside, crossed over for a strike. And we see JL on 43 starting off. And it looks like an Omega Crux, perhaps. Keegan going long, leaving a 1-2-8, staring at it. Nothing else is going to fall over, and he comes back. All right, so JL, 6'10". And she picks that up. So Garrett, two-hander, righty out of the Austin area. Getting started on 45. Finds it. Gets it. Strike in the first. Keegan spares up his shot. Haley, it looks outside. It's not going to read enough. 2-4-10 to start. Keegan, 41, pulls that as well. 5-10. All right, so Bryson striking his first frame. His second frame doesn't like it. Through the nose, 610s. Haley on 43 doesn't like that either. He did some hold, didn't get it, but crossed over, which was even better. And she got a strike. Dylan light in the pocket. And leaves 2. And Bryson picking up his spare. All right, Dylan getting it. JL getting it into a roll. Getting a little bit of the late 4. But that is a strike, so she's spare strike after 2. Garrett, 46. His second frame. And he gets it. 2 in a row. Garrett told me that he's previously bowled a 300 on this pair, I believe at the Barnes Thanksgiving Classic. So he feels good about his chances to score up here on the high side at Plano Super Bowl. So JL on 43. That goes high, 6, 7, 10. And Dylan picks up his 610. All right, 3 in a row for Garrett. Ooh, 2, 7, 8. All right, split number 2 for Keegan. And Bryson doesn't like it. It's outside. 1, 2, 4, 8. Haley outside as well. 1, 2, 4, getting the 8 out late. All right, Keegan can't pick up the 7. Bryson trying to spare his mess up, and he does. So he's clean after 3. Strike 8 spare, 6 spare. All right, these kids are moving. They keep me busy. Haley on 44, going for the spare. Keegan fine in the pocket. There we go. First strike of the game for him. Spare, split strike. Bryson light in the pocket, 2-7. Dylan through the nose. That 7's not going anywhere. 3-6, 7-10. Haley on 43 for 4th frame. All right, she wanted some hold. Gets it. Striking the 4th. Dylan can't convert. Neither can Bryson. All right, we had some high scores earlier. Right now, just Garrett, who's perfect after 3. Dylan can't get the 7. And JL not going to roll the 6. Garrett, a little light. Leaves a 10-pin. Dylan picks it up. right, JL gets the 610. All right, Keegan leaves a 2. Garrett picked up his 10 pin. JL light 245. All right. Keegan picked up his 4 pin. Garrett high. Ooh, breaks it up. Just a 7. All right. JL gets the 245. All right. It's a strike for Keegan. He's finding his line. Strike, 9 spare strike. All right, Haley getting him to go. Dylan outside. 1247. All right, there we go. Dylan sparing up the 6 frame. All right, Haley. 3 in a row. All right, Garrett gets the 7. Dylan light bucket. And so Dylan shooting at it. Picks it up. And Bryson box over there. So JL's going. That'll be $500 from Bryson. All right, JL picks it up. Bryson goes long. 1, 2, 4, 10. Egan. 3, 9, 10. And JL happy to be shooting at a 4 rack on 43. Her 7th frame. All right. Looking for hold. Doesn't get it. All right. Bryson leaves the 10. Keegan. Wow. Gets the 3. Shoots it between the 9 and the 10. Keegan doing trick shots out there. JL. 7th frame. Steps out of it. Chops it. All right, Keegan on 41. That's way outside. Bryson with a 610. All right, so Keegan with a 128. Whoops, Haley 44. Can't miss. Can't miss. All right. So Keegan with 3 splits. Making it hard on himself. So he's at 111 on a spare through 8. And Dylan Box. Halo will step up. All right, Haley, that looks a little outside. It is, so she leaves a 10 pin. All right, let's see Garrett. Garrett goes high. Dylan in the pocket. All right, so Haley's shooting at a 10 pin. And she's got it. All right, so she's at 168 on a spare in the 8th. JL stepping up in the 8th. Garrett shooting at a 310. Makes it. And Dylan just put 10 back for 2 in a row in the 9th. JL gets him, but she's going to have a hard time catching Haley. Keegan doesn't like it. 3-6-10. Garrett, light, 4-7. And JL on 43. She's on a spare. Got it. No, she's on a strike. All right, Keegan pulls it. All right, so that's going to be it. First match. It's going to go to Dylan. Keegan's got to win 2. All right, Garrett picking up the 4-7. Keegan just doing some ball research now. Leaving a 4-pin. And Kelly wants some hold. Kelly gets some hold. Haley. That was her mom. Haley wants some hold. Get some hold. All right, Keegan. Oh, the deadwood. All right, Bryson. 7th frame with a strike. Haley wants some hold. Crossing over. All right, so Haley is going to take the first one. Dylan's taking the first one. All right, so Keegan with a better look. See how that shapes up for the second game. All right, Bryson with a 3-6. And he's got some catching up to do. Haley leaves a 7-pin. What? All right, so she can make this for 227. Dylan with the 310. Bryson doubted it, but got it. He's at 122. Spare in the 8th. He's going to need to fill up that sheet with X's. And Haley practices missing a spare for 226, but it doesn't matter. As the best JL can do is 223 if she goes off the sheet. Garrett. Not going to roll the 10-pin out. So it's just games, not total pins. So Dylan with 1, Haley with 1. And looks like Garrett shaping up to take his first game in the finals. Keegan leaves the 2-pin. All right. All right. Looked like that checked up a little bit halfway down the lane. So maybe some information gained from that spare. All right. JL got a double after 2. Dylan, high flush, 4-7. Third frame. All right, so Garrett's got his match put away already. Just has to finish his 10th. And Haley Little high, 9-pin. All right, Dylan spares up, third frame. So he just needs to win this one for the championship. And if Keegan wins, they'll go to a third match. All right, Dylan needs some hold. Trips out the 5-7. Strike in the fourth. All right, the late announcement. Keegan with a 4-pin. Haley. It's her third frame. 4-pin. It's a little high. So again, we've got 45 feet, 26 mils. So you can expect some transition. These are on a little bit of a burn. There's been a couple games played on them. Just by 2 people at a time, just match play. So not like five games or anything, but just a couple games. And that's when we started seeing transitions. So 2 missed 4-pins there. See if those rear their ugly heads by the end of this game. All right, Keegan, that's a better look. Gets it. All right, so he follows his open with a strike. Just how you want to do it. So we can expect to see some transition right about now on this oil pattern. Dylan, that's high. That 7's not going to go. Got the 10 out late. Broke up the 7-10, which is exactly not what you would want right about now. All right, JL 43 looks inside. She wants some hold. Trips out the 4 for 4 in a row. And Dylan getting the side of the 7-pin, but turns out that's all you need. He spares up his 5th frame. All right, Haley crossing over. All right, so Dylan a little straighter, strike in the 5th or 6th. So Bryson and Garrett. All right, Bryson trying not to fall over, but he gets the pins to fall over, strike in the 1st. Garrett already strike in his 1st frame. Haley on 43. That needs to hold. Doesn't. 4, 6, 7. Keegan. Flush, pocket, shot, double. All right, Keegan light. 4-7. That might have been an Axiom Pearl. Looked like it. Too far away to smell it. All right. Oh. Bryson tripping out. Looked like the 4-pin. All right, so Keegan spared up his 7th frame. And Dylan crossing over for a strike. Garrett tripping the 4 late. So that keeps him tied up. JL shooting at a 310. She gets it. All right, so Dylan up by 7. That's got a hook, doesn't. 1, 2, 8. Garrett on a double. High, trips out the 9-pin. 3 in a row. Jalen 43 needs it to read. Light 2-8. Dylan can't get the 8 out. All right, so that opens the door for Keegan. Keegan's got 3 frames, close the gap. And Bryson, his 3rd frame, hates it. And JL with a 2-8. So Bryson gets 7. Keegan, light, 1, 2, 4. Talking to the pins. Doesn't convince them to fall over. Could have used a strike there, but not out of it. Needs to spare this up. Haley on 44. Pocket shot. So important shot for Keegan. Hooking at it. Misses him. All right, so that puts him at 124. Dylan at 142, so 18 pins. They're both on an open, 2 to go. We'll jump in on Keegan here. Oh, that 10 pin would have been helpful. Haley needs it to read. That 6 is not cooperating to get the 10 out. All right, Keegan needs to make this and go off the sheet, and he makes it. So Dylan's going to finish. Keegan will know what he needs. Bryson in the pocket. Dylan, 1, 2, 4, 8. All right, Keegan can strike out. For 174. And Dylan didn't like it. Oh, he gets the 8 out this time. So spares that up. Helps his cause. And JL on 44. She's on a spare. Now she's on a strike. Dylan got to cross over. Gets it. So that's going to shut the door for Keegan. Dylan will win 2-0. All right, Garrett, 5 in a row. Making life tough on Bryson. So GL, 8th frame. And she's putting the hurt on Haley as Dylan is just finishing this up, spares it up, and that'll do it for Dylan. He'll be the U15 champion. Getting a little payback from Junior Gold 2 years ago, where Keegan sent Dylan home in match play here in Dallas in 2018. All right, Bryson. Doesn't get the carry, so that's 9. And Garrett's perfect through 5. So Garrett leads 1-0 in the games. So Bryson needs this. And he makes it. And Haley leaves a 6-pin. All right, and that's going to do it for this game. So Haley and JL are going to split. And then we'll go to one sudden death match. All right, so Garrett, 45. That's 6 in a row. I failed to mention that 5 in a row for Garrett. Pack of Franks. 5 in a row. All right, so Garrett, now 6 in a row. Go back to JL. Finishing her game, which is already decided. And she might just be doing some research. Doing some recon, see what's out there. Maybe see if there's a different line, different ball. All right, but Garrett having none of that. 7th frame. It's perfect through 6. And will not continue the streak of perfection. As he leaves a bucket in the 7th. JL first shot in the 10th. Light mixer. And Garrett shooting at the bucket, gets it. So he stays clean. All right, we got Pack of Franks in the chat. That's what I'm talking about. And JL leaves a 10-pin. All right, Bryson doesn't like it. And he leaves a 1-4. Maybe the first 1-4 on Sport Bowling Productions. But Bryson's going to need to fill the 8th, 9th, and 10th with X's. If he wants to take home. Oh, and he makes it. That may be the first 1-4 we've seen made. We'll have to go to the archives. All right, so Haley's got a 1-2-4-10. And she's going to need. All right, so if shooting between the 110 was worth 91 pins, she would win, but it's not. So they will go to the final match. All right, Bryson picking up the pace. And Haley and JL are going to start. The final game. All right, Haley crossing over. First shot. Leaving a 5-pin. All right, Garrett not giving Bryson a chance, shutting the door, changing the locks. No mercy. All right, Haley hitting the 5-pin, sparing it up. All right, JL, and you probably heard Garrett filling that 9th frame with an X. All right, so that's going to be the end of the line for Bryson. And Bryson doesn't like it, and it's outside for 1-2-4-8. And that will end his day with second place for super talented field coming out to Youth Scratch Masters here in Plano Super Bowl, Plano, Texas. As JL puts 2 X's up on the board. And Haley's going to the bag. Equipment change. All right, Bryson sparing it up, 9th frame. All right, so Bryson can go 224. And Garrett can go 276. I don't like them odds. Okay. Oh, can't carry the 7-pin. Here we go. All All right, so Haley staying clean, 9 spare, 9 spare. All right, Bryson figuring it out. Got 2 strikes in the 10th. And for Haley, that goes a little long. I'm going to 1, 2, 4, 8. All right, Haley going for the spare. Doesn't get the 4. And Bryson his last shot of the day. Looking for 224. Gets it. Got it figured out. All right, JL stepping out of it a little bit. Lights. Trips the 7 out. And Garrett for the win. And there you go. And he's got it. All right, so JL 3 in a row. And she steps out of it, crosses over, and gets 4 in a row. Oh, there we go. See? Okay, so Garrett shooting a 7-pin. And makes it. All right, so Garrett can go 255. So he will win that match, win the championship. All right, so Kelly finding a line. Kelly Haley finding a line in the 4th. We're going to take just a second and we'll move our high side camera around and get a little different view. right, so Haley stepping up. And doesn't like it. Eats some hold, leaves a 5-pin. And JL giving her no breathing room. All right, staying alive. All right, so Haley, 7th frame. Needs some X's, needs some hold, gets it. All right, so strike in the 7th. JL, 7th frame, working on a strike. Right there. All right, double for JL. And there it is, 3 in a row. So it gives her 70. And lead over Haley. Haley needs to go off the sheet. And she needs JL to go to lunch. And Haley crossing over. Wiggles the 10. Doesn't carry it. All right, she gets it. That is off the mark, 139, and that's going to do it. JL just needs to stay behind the foul line. Keep it on the lane. All right, she picks it up. Fills the 9th. So she can strike out for 179. JL needs 5 pins here, I think, for the shutout. All right, and that's it. All right, so JL. So she can strike here for 229. All right, so that'll be 227. And that's a shutout. And Haley crossing over with a 3-9. So she can pick this up, strike for 167. But it'll be JL Hammond, the girls' Open champion, and Haley Spencer will be second place from a hugely talented field, whittled down to these two. Outstanding performance from both of these two competitors. All right. JL leaves the 9-pin, or Haley leaves the 9-pin for 166. So that'll put JL top of the leaderboard. And looks like we've got awards ready to go. So we're just going to move a camera real quick, and we'll be right back.
And champion in our U15 division, taking home a trophy and $220. Dylan Adams.
Nice ball, sir.
All right. In our open girls division, finishing in second place, will take home $160 and a certificate. Haley Spencer.
Nice ball. Congratulations.
In first place in our open girls division, taking home a trophy and $250, J.L. Hammond.
Hey, Will, you do one on the sides where I can get the logos? Thank you, man. 1, 2, 3. Go
All
in,
right.
they can get
In our open boys division, runner-up will take home a certificate and $210 in scholarship money, Bryson Hill.
All right, on 3, Sarah. 1, 2.
All right, champion in our open boys division, taking home a trophy and $335 in scholarship funds, Garrett Andrus.
Just on one of the sides, just where we can get the logos. All right, sir. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Nice ball, sir.
My tiny was backward when I took a
You can take a new one.
Can I get a new picture? I'm sorry.
The trophy was backwards?
All right, so that'll wrap things up here at Plano Super Bowl with Youth Scratch Masters. And as always, be sure like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and you'll know when we go live. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the show, and we'll see you next time. And remember, be cool. Go Bowl.